Right now, Hurricane Ernesto slowly getting stronger at this hour as it heads towards Bermuda. It could become a major Category 3 hurricane by tomorrow morning. This comes a day after Ernesto made landfall in Puerto Rico, devastating several island territories. So far, no deaths have been reported. Power outages seem to be the main impact, and as of this morning, nearly 1 million folks in Puerto Rico and around thousands of people in the U.S. Virgin Islands are in the dark. Chief Meteorologist Gannon Medwick joining us now. Gannon, despite North Carolina not being in Ernesto's path, what can folks in our state expect as Ernesto strengthens?
It's one of those deceptive situations where we're going to have beautiful weather, maybe thinking about a late week or weekend beach trip, take advantage of the time, but the swell from Ernesto going to generate some big rips, we think. There's going to be some episodes, and we'll highlight that coming up. So just a few rogue showers here in the eastern Carolinas over the last 24. I'm sure you've noticed and appreciated the air drying out a little bit, and so we'll keep that ball rolling this morning and today. Here's your Surf City Cam, part of the Bob King GMC First Alert Skycam Network. We'll hop to the Murchison Building view in downtown Wilmington. Maybe a little bit of a haze layer trying to get going on the horizon, but we're looking for flies in the ointment. There's really not too many as we've got clear skies and the dew points in the 60s. Remember when we were tangling with Debbie, it was like the dew point was 77, 78, 79, really stiflingly high moisture content. So that is gone. With the dew points giving us a little room, more places are in the 60s than this time yesterday. So your 24-hour temperature change map shows we're at or a little below where we were at this time yesterday. I hope you notice, and if you're a cool weather fan, I hope you appreciate that. Bright sun, limited clouds, and fresh breezes. Some nice headliners today. Sunrise coming up at 6:33, sunset at 7:58. Let's highlight temps and dew points. Remember, the lower the dew points go, the fresher the air feels, and there is an opportunity to get some lower 60s for dew points into the afternoon, and some of those even mixed in yesterday. So if you were okay with yesterday, I think you're going to be a-okay with today, would be the long and short of that. At least lower 80s on the offshore waters with winds and waves as a baseline below advisory criteria, small craft or otherwise. Your tides like this. A high tide coming up top of next hour at Battleship Park. For the beaches, there'll be one in the 4 o'clock hour of this afternoon. And speaking of the beaches, a low to moderate risk of rip currents in that lower and middle 80s surf. Let's highlight that for both east and south-facing beaches as we swing around the corner of Cape Fear. And then we want to widen out and alert you to that risk likely increasing in an explicit sense over the next 3 days. So I'm concerned with tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday as well. And remember, if you're caught in a rip current and you can't swim or you're a poor swimmer, do your best to tread water and wave one arm very high to alert aid. And of course, if you swim very close to a lifeguard this weekend. Maybe if you're in doubt, just don't go out into the water and just enjoy the beach in other ways. Here's a simulated satellite model. Wilmington on the left-hand portion of the frame, Bermuda on the right-hand portion of the frame, and it looks like at least the eastern flank of the storm, maybe a direct hit Friday night into Saturday morning. So a lot of times we refer to these offshore systems, oh, they're fish storms, but a couple islands out there. So we'll track Ernesto for you, tracking a lot of beautiful weather to be thankful for at home. Kim, that means the rivers are going to be healing a little more. And even when we get back to shower and storm chances, the percentages don't go crazy, which is awesome. Back to you.